Can you please stand? Ayompe yompe, ayompe yompe, napio waka, napio wayo, ayompe yompe, ayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, ayompe yompe, ayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo. Hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo. Hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo. Hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe. Yompe, hay yompe, 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 hay yompe, yompe, hay yompe, yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hay yompe, yompe, hay yompe, yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hay yompe. Yompe, hayompe, yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe, yompe, hayompe, yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe, yompe, hayompe, yompe, hayompe, yompe, hayompe, yompe. Hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hayompe. Yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, napio wayo, napio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe, hamiam, napio wayo, pio wayo, hayompe yompe, hayompe yompe. Hayompe yompe, hayo, can you still stand? We're going to offer our blessing. Let's give a big hand for our graduates today in the honor of the community and family. Today, for this special event, I've been asked to bless the area and recognize the people. When I bless the area, I'll go in the sacred directions, but also the land of the people, of our community, of the Chemehueve people of area here with Kumeyaay. And when I bless, we acknowledge the land here and our ancestors and the ancestors of all of us that are here. We call in our ancestors to open up such a beautiful ceremony today, this rite of passage. Seated. Thank you. Hate, a great shine on you, on your journey to moving forward. We like to sing this song for you to move forward on your journey. Now, Mr. Ramos, anybody wants to sing? Aaron, okay. No, we like to sing this song to honor our graduates and move forward with this, and then we'll complete, and then we'll get to the beginning of our ceremony. We ask our greatness to watch over them, all of you, the families, the community, and the people that belong of this land, and also those elders that are here today. We pay honor to you in the community. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand and give yourself a big hand for the... E mai ke maha te nyam, 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 e mai ke maha te nyam. E mai ke maha te nyam, ai mai ke maha te nyam, e mai ke maha te nyam, e mai ke maha te nyam, e mai ke maha te nyam, ai mai ke maha te nyam, e mai ke maha te. Amen. Hey, my ma, Let's give them a big hand for our dancers and singers. Thank you for always coming up. We'll go ahead and go ahead.
Testing. Okay, there we go. We want to thank everyone for joining us today. All of those who have traveled from near and far, we appreciate you being here. We want to thank Elder Kim Marcus and the Pie Nictum Bird Singers, as well as the Honorable Assemblymember James Ramos. We also want to thank the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians, our chartering tribe, for hosting us today and for welcoming us. On behalf of the California Indian Nations College, I'd like to welcome everyone, both those present with us today and those viewing online. This is the college's third and largest commencement ceremony. And for those of you, oh, go. Sure. So for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Roger Griffin. I'm the registrar and the director of enrollment here with the college. And I have the pleasure today of welcoming you and as we come together to celebrate the hard work of the students and just share in your achievements and just share how much we're proud and happy to have this day with you. So just want to thank you. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over and introduce at this time one of our students, Mr. Aaron Sabel, who's going to share a few words.
Hello, my name is Aaron Sabel, and I am an enrolled member of the Los Coyotes Band of Kumeyaay. We are here today and acknowledge that we are on the lands of the Chemehuevi people. The Chemehuevi people have thrived on these lands and filled this area with their songs and traditions. We ask today that you show respect and acknowledgement to those truths and to look further into the history of the people that make up the Chemehuevi. As a Native person, I believe acknowledging these truths is a great way to pay respect to those who have been here before us. We also ask that you take a moment to honor those working today in bettering the Native community. And this is where I like to bring up the name California Indian Nations College. And I would also like to acknowledge the Agua Caliente Band of Kumeyaay Indians for the land that the College of the Desert Palm Springs campus is built on. Penpanga nakuktis ka iviluat. Pen ayoka nakuktishpi. Jaminukus jamitavish. Pua anka takles wetem ipakaltem. Pua penpanga. Pua peem ev atem penakma wenetem. Nesun hespen achema. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Aaron. And my apologies, I got a little ahead of myself here. I got too excited. Let's welcome to the stage the Pie Nictum Bird Singers to share a song with us. Sorry.
Hello? Oh. I don't know if any of the singers and dancers want to come up. You're fine.
Ayo,
All right, we'll do one more.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Thank you for opening and centering us all, and we appreciate you being here today. At this time, it's my distinguished honor to introduce our leader, the president of the college and CEO, Celeste Townsend. Prior to bringing her up, I'd like to give her, or try to do justice with her introduction as best as I can. President Townsend is an enrolled citizen of the Jidu de Kud Fort Bidwell Indian community located in Northern California. She's also a descendant of the Shoshone Paiute tribe in Duck Valley Indian Reservation, Nevada. President Townsend adds over 30 years experience in Indian education as she's been in her role at California Indian Nations College. She first obtained her Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Management, and then she went on to Redlands to earn an MBA. And if that wasn't enough, she decided recently to, while leading a college, to start her doctorate program and continue to serve as a role model, an example for students. It's when we see things like that that give the staff and faculty and students at the institution a lot of inspiration, and to see that no matter how much work you have, there's still more that can be done. And so always serving as an inspiration. President Townsend has been an integral part of the college starting back in 2015 when she was invited to join Native American professionals in the Inland Empire. And the purpose of that was to start to seek out, look at a system of creating a potential institution to start to provide services and classes for our students. One of the things that the council noticed was that far too often Native American students faced systems that were inequitable and didn't provide the adequate services for their achievement. And so President Celeste Townsend, along with a visionary and founder, and someone who I often refer to as the personification of inspiration, Teresa Mike, who is here with us today. And the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians came together to create a strategic plan and essentially start to launch the institution. SYNC started off working with UCR Extension College and offering classes that way. Later on, we'd go on to have a MOU with College of the Desert, which stands now, and we offer classes through College of the Desert for our students. President Townsend, in fall 2017, she moved from the interim president to the acting president. She has been someone who has helped navigate us through some very tough times, especially COVID-19 and the hardships that we face there. The institution was originally designed for in-person classes, and President Townsend was in the forefront of leading the institution and finding ways to navigate this new uncharted territory and ensuring that we could keep our doors open and can continue to provide the needed services for our students. And she's someone that I look to on a daily basis for inspiration and just inspires me and others within our community to keep working. So with that, I have the honor of introducing President Townsend.
Okay, now if you didn't feel that music, something's seriously wrong. Thank you to all the beautiful bird singers. I have to thank you. Pesha Mu. I'm so humbled because this is an emotional day for all of us to see these students and to know the struggles some of them have had, the challenges, but then to know where they're going. You're looking at 14 more. We have a couple that weren't able to make it. Educated Native American Indigenous students. I don't want this focus on me. I am more than honored to lead the college, but you're only as good as your team. And I have the best kicking buns team ever. So I want to acknowledge my team. I want to acknowledge the board, the students. Oh my gosh, you all, the way you speak, the way you look. I can't even look. I mean, I'm emotional right now. Assemblymember Ramos, up here, the girls, Faith, Marty, all of you dancing. It's truly what we're about. Education, our tradition, our culture. This is what they tried to get rid of us. And to see this, where we're going, and if you see in that book, this is going to be the first accredited tribal college in decades. That says a lot. Because of their success, because of their persistence. So I'm going way off script, and I don't care. I'm the boss, right? So anyways, as we celebrate them, one of the things, like Mr. Griffin said, is I am in my doctoral program, and I'm missing class today. My professor called me before I came here as I was getting out of the car, and she's like, good luck, go do this. Our topic is flourishing in gratitude. And you cannot flourish without gratitude. That's the way I see it. And you flourish and you have gratitude in your family, in your creator, in who you are, and who you want to be. The sky is the limit, and it's you who sets those limits. Don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do. You do what's in your heart. There's going to be bumps, there's going to be barriers, but more importantly, there's going to be your heart. And when you're thankful for those barriers, you jump right over them. But you stick with that faith in your Creator. You stick and flourish with your family, and don't forget who you are. So I do want to thank Chairman Mike and the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians for taking that step to believe in us. Teresa, we had some amazing meetings. There's a few of us still left. Robert, Deneen, Sandy, who was part of the discussion of this college. And to see where we are, 8 years, when we were just sitting around a table having dinner, saying this is what we like, this is what we don't like, this is what we need to do. And now, look at these graduates. Have you seen any better looking set of graduates? I just see rays. They're gorgeous, gorgeous. So anyhow, I'm going way off. I do want to thank every single one of you for taking the time to celebrate with them. Gratitude. They're going places. They're not stopping. And that's what we need to support them. Support all of your students, no matter how little, how great, how small, any hiccups. It's your gratitude for them going through those barriers that are going to get them through. When you can be thankful for the challenges you have, it makes it easier to get over, because that's what makes you stronger. That's what makes you stronger. That's why you're graduating with honors. So I asked what this gold cord was, and they said it was the highest honors. I'm straight A. So when you see these students, they're straight A's too. I want to thank our Board of Trustees, because they devote their time, they're volunteers, and they trust us. They trust the college, the direction we're going. I want to thank our wonderful faculty who are here with us. They give it their all to our students. As you see, we start with a blessing, and I think that's so encouraging and so integral to start your day. Again, gratitude. It's going to help you flourish. Be thankful for where you are, where you're going. Be thankful for those challenges. We know we have so many more, but when you see this, it's all right. It's all right. So, to the graduates, I just want to tell you we're always here. We will never leave your side, whether you choose to continue to go to school, to go to work, to stay with Sync, to come back and teach at Sync, to come back and take my job. We need more Native educators, and I hope some of these come back. I know one gal, I'm so proud of her, who is accepted at UCLA, and she's getting into law, and she just got accepted for an internship with the Honorable Judge Sykes. We have a lot of bragging to do, so you'll be seeing that in our annual report. So she just let us know that she did get the position, so I'm so happy and proud of her. There's so many achievements that these students have that go above and beyond graduation, so please take a look at their stories in the book that you have and give each one of them a thanks, whether you know them or not. Just be grateful for every single one that has made it here. There's some that want to be here with us that cannot. I want to give a special thanks to our veterans. Memorial Day was just Monday. Robert Paul, I always think of you. I think of my papa and my brother. Thank you. Dr. Rodriguez, I think of you too. Any other veterans out there, thank you. It's because of you we're still here as well. Thank you. Thank you to the families. I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to the students again. Job very, very well done. You got through COVID, you got through classes, you got through internet hiccups, you got through so much more, and you never gave up. That is so much to be grateful for and so much to be admired. Our Native and tribal communities need educated citizens, and you all have done that first step in getting your degrees. And graduates, that call to service is going to come much sooner than you know to give back to your communities. So we entrust and we empower you, we educate you to continue. We are so proud of you. And I can honestly say I love you, and I'm grateful because I know you're going to flourish this college as well. Teresa, you know I love you. I see my grandmother in you. It's because of you we're all here, and we're going to continue, and we will be accredited. Give us 2 years. So thank you to the graduates, thank you to the staff, to the board, to the veterans. Thank you to 29 Palms, thank you to Agua, thank you to Kim Marcus and your family. You just beautiful, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry. I lost my place now. So, again, job well done. Can we get a standing ovation for this young group, please?
Thank you, President Townsend. Let me make sure I got my place. So with that, we'd like to welcome to the stage our Board of Trustee, Joel Kinnaman, to say a few words. Joel?
Well, I'm going to stay on script and try not to get emotional. I'm going to give you one secret, though, that President Townsend won't like. She's on 45 minutes of sleep last night. And so I think that should be introduced in public speaking because she did a phenomenal job, and that should be part of the curriculum is just sleep deprivation can work. On behalf of the members of the California Indian Nations College Board of Trustees, I'm honored to be here today to celebrate with all of you on such a momentous occasion and to congratulate you graduates, congratulations, for all of your hard work. Your degree is valuable, vital, and will serve you. It will serve your families and your community as well. So again, heartfelt congratulations. On behalf of the board, I also want to thank the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians for their ongoing support and commitment to building the college. I would like to welcome to the podium 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians, Tribal Council member and Sync trustee, Deneen Mike.
I actually need a minute. I forgot my glasses. They have it written down here for me, and I'm just going to need a minute. Okay. There it is. On behalf of the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians, it is my honor to welcome you here today and express our deepest congratulations to these graduates. You are the reason we established this college, and we continue to support the great works that SYNC is doing. Congratulations, and my heartfelt congratulations to my babies, the class of 2023. I'm so proud of all of you. I am. All of you. You guys all fought really hard. And it's amazing to see what you can do when you have support behind you. I want you to know that. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we have a video from our current class president, Miss Lorna Stanley Johnson. Right, we have a video? Okay. Do I push?
My name is Lorna Johnson Stanley, and I am the student body president at SYNC. On behalf of myself and my peers, I would like to express my heartfelt congratulations to the largest graduating class yet. You all have achieved something amazing today, and I hope you know that we are all so proud of you. Thank you for lighting the path for the rest of us to follow.
Lorna couldn't be here today, but she wanted to make sure that she expressed her congratulations to you all. So, with that, I now have the honor of introducing Assemblymember James Ramos. James Ramos has been a lifelong resident of San Manuel Indian Reservation, and he's a member of the Serrano Kumeyaay tribe. He became the first California Native American state lawmaker in 2018. Assemblymember Ramos currently represents the 45th District, which includes the cities of Fontana, Highland, Mentone, Redlands, Rialto, and San Bernardino. He was appointed to serve as the chair of the Rules Committee, the first California Native American in the state's history to serve in that role. As a child, Assemblymember Ramos lived with his family in a mobile home in one of the most poverty-stricken areas of San Bernardino County. To help support his family while attending school, he worked in fast food restaurants and as a janitor in Bernardino City Unified School District. He attended local public schools and graduated from San Gorgonio High School. And at that time, recognizing the importance of education, he went on to receive an associate degree in business at Victor Valley College, a bachelor's degree in accounting from California State University, San Bernardino, and then a master's of business administration degree at the University of Redlands. As a successful small business entrepreneur, he accumulated broad experience in many levels of community and government matters. His commitment to public service led to a number of firsts. The first Native American named to the California State Board of Education, the San Bernardino Community College Board of Trustees, and the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors. In addition to his elected service, he is a proven civic leader and has served on numerous boards and organizations in the Inland Empire. He is a former chairman of the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians and has a deep commitment to the preservation of California Indian culture. As chairman, he helped lead the day-to-day operations, and during that time saw tremendous growth of a thriving tribal government. Additionally, he is co-founder of San Manuel Band's Cultural Awareness Program and serves as director of the California Indian Cultural Awareness Conference, which is held annually at California State University San Bernardino campus. He and his wife, Terry, have been married for more than 30 years, and and are the proud parents of 4 children and the grandparents of 3 grandchildren. And so with that, it's my pleasure to welcome the Honorable Assemblymember James Ramos.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction that's there. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my elders that laid the way for us to be able to be here today to be called California Indian people. So let's give all of our elders a round of applause there. And also, the day is so joyful to see so many graduates coming out of SYNC. Give them a round of applause there. And I also want to thank my relative and fellow Yohaviatham, Kim Marcus, for the blessing that's there. And I want to go ahead and share one of our gathering songs, Serrano songs. We asked for permission, it's been granted, so we're going to share this song. And this brings the people together, the clan Yohaviatham. You'll hear that in this song. And this is really in honoring of the graduates and all of our people making strides so much here in the year 2023. Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, chamkache, pomara, chamkache, pomara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, pomara, chamkache, pomara, chamkache, pomara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, chamkache, pomara, chamkache, pomara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, pomara, chamkache, pomara, chamkache, pomara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, pomara, chamkache, pomara, pomara, chamkache, pomara, pomara, chamkache, Omara, Yohaviatham, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, pomara, pomara, Yohaviatham, Iviyaha hakapa Yohaviatham. It's an honor to be here today to celebrating this monumental achievement for the graduates, but also for all of Indian country to see so many graduates coming out of SYNC. Give them a round of applause there. And to the Mike family, 29 Palms, for your dedication over the years to fulfilling a dream that you see right before you today, sitting here in the graduates. Give yourselves a round of applause there. A little bit more about me. I grew up on the Samoa Indian Reservation. I still reside there. during a time where mobile homes and fighting for HUD housing was our biggest challenge during those times. But we stuck out the hard times. We had cigarette shops that we sold tax-free until the government said we had to collect taxes and we had to close them down. Then we had horse stables on our reservation where my grandmother, Martha Manuel Chacon, we sold fry bread and palilis out of our backyard to the riders that would come up and sold soda pop and candy bars there. And that's where I seen we would buy the candy bars for like 50 cents and we'd sell them for 75 cents, making a little profit. So that's when business became something that I thought about. And so I moved forward in my educational journey in that realm. But a little bit more within the cultural aspects. When we started the Tribal Unity and Cultural Program back in 1996, it was done in conjunction with 29 Palms. We would load up in vans and come up here to 29 Palms into this area, into this casino, have cultural programs upstairs, and they would come down to San Manuel. That ultimately led us up to the Lummi Indian Reservation, where we sang songs there, and there was a feast going on during that time. And education has always been a pillar and something that was promoted there and is still promoted here in seeing that dream moving forward. So let's give Teresa Mike a round of applause for not wavering on that dream. And as you've seen, graduates, take your culture and take who you are with you, no matter where you go in life. Wherever you go, the world needs to know that California Indian people in general, that our culture is very much alive. And our voices still need to be heard throughout the state of California and throughout the United States and the world to let them know who we truly are as Indian people. So take your culture with you wherever you go. I believe there's 3 things in life that once you attain them, no one can take from you. Your spirituality, your culture, and education. Education starts to make the level playing field that's there. This morning, you're taking a step forward with your education, and we hear that someone's going to be interning with U.S. District Judge Sykes, that now is the highest-ranking Native American woman ever to be appointed by a president of the United States. So the journey for Indian people is right in front of us, and you're our future. The reason that we continue to show our support is because we need others to be elected into the political arena. We sat on the Community College Board and the County Board of Supervisors, now in the state legislature, as the only California Indian ever elected in the state legislature. And so we need more to start to fill that role. And we're looking to you to fill that role. Because it's important. It's not about getting to positions, and at least for us, we carry a whole weight of people on our shoulders because of the lack of being included in prior laws that were created here in the state of California and the nation that left out the voices of Indian people. Today, in the state of California, we're dealing with an absence of a voice that hasn't been there in a lot of these policy decisions for over 170 years. And now the voice is going to come forward through graduates. Graduates, just like we're sitting here today to honor those that are going to be interning with the judge, but also those that will continue to move forward and bring that passion and the pillar of our people into the communities. We continue to look at education that offers that moving forward. And in 2019, we continue to start to move forward in the state legislature on areas that we could tackle. Once representation is there at the table, we start to see change take place. And that's what is represented here today by the dream that came forward and the support with the board and the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians and other tribal people that are here singing songs and showing our culture. But it's all for you. All these things that you're seeing here today, all the songs that are there, the speaking that's taking place, absorb it. Take it with you, because that's going to lift you up in times where it gets challenging out there. Challenges will come our way because for many of us, we are the first in our family to move forward to graduate, the first to re-educate ourselves in education to move forward, and the first to be out in the community telling them who we truly are as California Indian people and Indian people in general. Representation truly does matter at all levels, to be able to be a voice in the state legislature. Since 2018, over 170 years where there hasn't been a voice sitting at the table in an elected position. It took till 2018 to be able to get elected a California Indian person. But we need more to continue to move forward in that realm. And I'll let you know why. Because once we're there, and with the support of many in this room and the graduates, we were able to tackle bills that move forward on factual California Indian culture, telling them who we truly are in the school system, where they were making up who we are. We're telling them who we are. We know that missing and murdered Indigenous women has been something that has plagued our communities for many years, growing up on the reservation. We know that people would go out and just wouldn't come back. And when we asked about them, they say, oh, well, they're on a journey or they're trying to find themselves, and they would never come back home. It's always been something that's plagued our community. It's just recently that we've been able to gain allies and moving forward. And representation truly matters, because now we have in the law, in the state of California, an alert system dedicated to California's first people and Native American people in the nation. We also know that atrocities happen to our people in areas, and still buildings hold names up to people that have killed and murdered Indian people in the state of California. We were able to move on a law to show that representation truly does matter. AB 1936 changed a school in San Francisco that bared the name of a founder that brought atrocities and genocide towards the Yuki Indian people in Round Valley and Eden Valley. I was successful in getting that bill through the legislature, signed into law, where that school does not bear his name anymore. And I believe all this happens from back with the colonizational time, where people start to view Indian people, and specifically women, as less than equal to them, where derogatory names came forward against our people. I had a bill, AB 2022, that got rid of the S word in the state of California. And this is to show that representation truly matters. As our graduates move forward in their lives and their journey, there is a place for you to start to change the history and bring that true voice of our people and our ancestors forward. These are the reasons I'm talking about these bills. And AB 338 dealt with the colonizational period during the Spanish missionary period, where in the state capitol there was a monument towards Junipero Serra, where that statue came down. And then I wrote the chairman of the Rules Committee to ask him to hold down from putting that statue back up till we had meetings with Indian people to find out why there was so much frustration. That meeting never happened. So I introduced a bill that would replace that statue with a monument to the Miwok Nisenan people from Sacramento area, and that bill got signed into law, and we expect that monument to be up by June of this year. And as things have their way of working out, I sit today as a chairman of the Rules Committee to the committee I wrote to hold those things down, which allowed me on May 3rd to be able to light up the Capitol red in honoring missing and murdered Indigenous women in the state of California and bringing attention to the issue. We're moving forward on another bill that would start to tackle gaps in Public Law 280. So as you move forward in your journey, there's areas that we need to be able to address. And last year, I wrote then the rules of chairman of the rules to light up the Capitol red to honor our people, to bring attention around the MMIW issue, MMIP issue. It was denied. But now I sit as the chairman of rules, and I lit it up proudly. These things are done because representation truly does matter. As the graduates, moving forward, there's so many things that still need to be done. We sit as one member in the state legislature getting these things done. Imagine if we had 2 Indian people, 3 Indian people, and we look forward to the day where we take back the legislature as Indian people and our voices are making the decisions on the state of California. And someone asked, why we do what we do. And it simply is, as we opened up and asked to honor our elders and ancestors, because there still has to be a voice that's heard throughout the state of California and the nation. There's still voices that are calling out from the grounds in the state of California, grounds where remains are there of our people and our ancestors. But they're still crying out, tell the people who we truly are as California Indian people. Tell them the truth of what truly happened to us. Tell them about the atrocities, the genocide that took place. But let's not discount the resiliency of our people to show them we're still here fighting for these issues. That's why we're here. That's the passion that drives us. And that's why we want to congratulate the graduates here in Sync. So give yourselves a round of applause as we bring up certificates for those graduating from the state of California. The certificates, or where are the certificates?
Oh, okay.
So as a member of the legislature, I'm able to give out certificates too. There's so much you can do. First, we're going to have Claudia Santoyo. Gabriela Santoyo. Royala Eder. Albert Martinez. Leanne Meta. Rachel Montanez. Rose Sabo. Alfonso Tobala. Annabella Carrillo. Regina Vasquez. Jordan Solis. Christopher Cotton. Linda Hernandez.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ramos. We also are especially privileged to have two representatives from the White House join us today. So first we have, well, let's give them a round of applause for making the trip. We appreciate them taking time. So first I'd like to introduce Naomi Miguel. She hails from the Thana Otham tribe. Ms. Miguel is the Executive Director for the White House Initiative on Advancing Education Equity, Excellence, and Economic Opportunity for Native Americans and Strengthening Tribal Colleges and University. She formerly served as Staff Director for the Subcommittee for Indigenous Peoples of the United States on the House of Representatives Natural Resources Committee. She's also served as founding board member of the Congressional Native American Association and is a former Native American congressional intern for the Udall Foundation. Previously, Ms. Miguel worked for 6 years in a nonprofit sector of Tribal Law and Policy Institute. She served 4 years as a board member and board secretary for PUCU, a nonprofit organization in Los Angeles. Ms. Miguel received her Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science with a minors in pre-law and art from Mount St. Mary's University, an all-women's college in Los Angeles, California. She also received her master's in public administration and policy from American University in Washington, D.C. And with that, I'd like to welcome Ms. Miguel to the stage. Thank you.
Skuk siarik aniapjigik paagnyadam ox aniapjigik mitigan Naomi Miguel como amachik chuchus for the Jikshantan Otham Nation. Good morning. My name is Naomi Miguel. My Otham name is Eagle Singing Woman. Come from the village of Chuchu in the Sephoidic district from the Thana Otham Nation. That's where I grew up. Wanted to just first congratulate all of your students here today, and also thank you to the board for inviting us out today to celebrate this really great occasion with you. I also wanted to give a really big thank you to the singers this morning for starting us out in a very good and grounding way. I was always taught to thank our singers and dancers, so I know some of you are out here, so thank you so much for your music, for your words, and for helping us start this out in a really good way. I was really thankful to see the program had a lot of information about the students that we have on stage here. And reading that inspired me to want to tell you all a story about my family and our education background. So back when I was around 12 years old, my mom was a widow and a single mom raising me. And every time we would drive into town or drive back to the reservation, she would always use that as an opportunity to talk to me. As a youth, I didn't like it because I just wanted to listen to the radio and look out the window. But as a mother, she used that as an opportunity for me not to have an escape route and talk to me. So one of her talks was about college. And she was telling me when I was 12 years old, you know, you really need to think about what you want to do when you grow up. You really have to start thinking about where you want to go to college. And at that time, being 12 years old and at that awkward age, I did not want to listen to my mother. So I said to her, I said, well, why do I need to go to college? And she said, you need to go to college because it'll help you with a career, it'll help you achieve your dreams. And I said, you know, you're saying all of these things about college, but did you go to college? And my mother's background was that she and my father ceased to go to college when I was born. And so she saw that as an opportunity to show me as a youth to go back to college. So she re-enrolled back into college. She worked her regular full-time job and then went to school on the weekends. And then my life as a child began to go to a lot of her study groups, where I would be in the other room watching, some type of kids show, but always in a study group. And back then, I didn't realize how much work it took to get these degrees. But my mother, at that point, said to me, as I was older, that she knew she needed to show me the work that it took as a single mother to get a degree. And she wanted me to see that this could change our lives. She became the first person in my family to get a bachelor's degree. And seeing that and being with her on her graduation day is always a big memory that I have as a child. But it also inspired me to go to college. And as you kind of heard, I went to college away from the reservation. I moved to Los Angeles back in 2005, not knowing anybody. Didn't see it as a risk. I just wanted to go out and see the world. And when I graduated from Mount St. Mary's College, my grandma, my tribe, they all came out to celebrate, as you all did here, traditionally. And it's at that moment that my mom realized that all of that hard work she put back in my early years paid off, and that she could create a life that was very different from her own, but to know that I could then create a life that would be very different for me and my family. So I'm the first one in my family to actually have a master's degree. Thank you. I'm not sharing these stories to be, like, this is what I've done. I'm sharing these more or less to show you that the students that are on this stage, when I was reading that program, are doing that for all of you in the crowd. So all of you, if you have a mother, a wife, a girlfriend, a daughter, can you please stand up? That is on stage. If you have either of those, or if you're family, can you please stand? Don't be shy. We're all here for somebody. So if you look around, all of you helped these students up here, whether it's encouragement, whether it's prayers, whether it's telling them that they can do it. And I want to show you that it takes a village to get these students to graduate. It takes a community to get these students to graduate. It takes dreams to get this college started and accredited. And all of you who are sitting here, you are that history. You are their prayers. You are their dreams. And I want you to hold that as you look into this crowd and know that whatever struggles you go through, whatever barriers are going to come your way after you graduate today, they are behind you. And we are behind you because, oh, thank you, you can sit down. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you stand so long. We are behind you because you are the dreams. You are that future for your family. And that comes with a lot of responsibility and a lot of struggles. But always remember this moment. You would not have been here if it wasn't for these prayers, if it wasn't for the songs, if it wasn't for those nights that you were struggling, trying to figure out a problem, but then it automatically came to you. And this history also comes with the fact that this is the biggest class that has graduated out of this college, and you are part of that. You're part of the legacy now. We want to be able to hear in the community, this person was a graduate of CINC. Look what they're doing. Look where they're going. This college is something that we need to be proud of. This is something that we need to go to. And that comes with some responsibility. It does come with some weight. But you carry that weight and you march on and you show everybody what CINC is. You tell everybody what you learned here. And you be proud of the fact that you grew in a community that is supporting you, in a community that is praying for you, and a community that wants the best for you. And that's what our tribal colleges and universities do. Part of what I do at the White House in the Department of Education is to advocate for Native Americans in education, but also strengthen tribal colleges and universities. And as this college moves on to its accreditation and hopefully becoming the newest TCU that we have in our network, I want to make sure that all of you as a community are helping our students, because this is what we need. Our tribal colleges and universities are the most unique areas and the most unique colleges in this country because they're created by community. They're created by us. And they're made to look like us. And so when we have the next 5 years of hopefully becoming accredited at this university, and we look at that graduating class, we should see triple the amount of people on this stage, and we should see all of these seats filled, because our community needs this. Our community needs you to support our students. So, as the president said, I kind of went off script, so as I usually do. But I just also wanted to commend everyone that, this is a time to celebrate. And each of us sitting here is a dream of our ancestors and a dream of our elders. And I hope that we all hold that in our hearts and continue to help build each other up and continue to promote this school in what it's going to be doing in the future. And I hope that all of you who are on this stage dream big. Dream big. I would have never thought, as a 9-year-old growing up on the reservation, walking what seemed like a mile to get to my bus stop, that I would then be the executive director of a White House initiative. Dream big. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything, because no matter what path is going to come your way, it's going to come with difficulties. But our Creator will make that path easy for you. Our Creator will open those pathways. Our Creator will make sure that you get to where you want to be, because we are here for Him or her or whoever your Creator is. And I want to make sure that you guys know that. Thank you so much for inviting us here today, and I appreciate all of your time, and thank you so much. Minnesapa.
Thank you very much, Ms. Miguel. We also want to acknowledge we have many that have traveled from far, and we just appreciate everyone taking time out of their day to be here. I just got a notification that we have President Jordan Joaquin of Fort Yuma here today, so I want to thank you. Thank you for attending. Thank you very much. See how many people want to come out and celebrate with you? I also want to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Jason Cummins. He's an enrolled member of the Upsaluga Nation and an indigenous scholar who specializes in intersection between educational leadership and Native American education. He has innovatively worked to lead schools towards authentically serving Native American students and their communities and preparing future education leaders and educators overall. Viewing education as a means of perpetuating the story, identity, and language of indigenous communities and empowering them toward a better future and protecting tribal sovereignty, Dr. Cummins is a recognized leader in shifting how educational agencies think about indigenous culture and language. He has served in numerous leadership capacities, all with the integrated purpose of advancing educational equity among Native Americans and supporting Native American communities. He is a Clark Scholar, Little Bighorn Tribal College alumni, and received his graduate degrees at Montana State University and is a former Montana Indian Educator of the Year recipient. With that, I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Cummins.
Well, thank you for having us. We're happy to be here, to the president and the board and all the faculty and students. And I'll try to keep it quick because I know that we are hungry. And education is best celebrated with faith, family, and food. And what? Oh, the 3 F's, he said. But I just have a few things to share. I have a big notebook, but there's only a few things in here. So, I am from Montana, and I'm a member of the Abzaligan Nation. My real name is Awajia. I'm from the Ajoja clan. I'm named Bilichbachta Stesh. And growing up on the reservation there in Montana, I'll tell you how country we were. We didn't even have a TV channel. So our antenna was on a teepee pole, and I was the remote control. They would say, go outside and twist that antenna pole. We need to watch the news. So go out there, and I come from horse people. You know, all my family, they're all horsemen. And I'm the smallest one of the bunch, so I decided I had to find something else to do. But I just want to encourage you, I'm really excited with the work that's going on over here with the California Indian Nations College. I myself am a proud tribal college graduate. And growing up with all of our tribal members in the school, about half of our educators were tribal members. My tribe is 50% fluent. A lot of our traditions and practices, we still have them. But yet within our school, our story wasn't present in our school. And even though it was in the middle of our reservation, in our country, in our territory, that in a sense is still a reservation, and the fact that we reserved it for ourselves, nobody gave it to us. It was always ours. But our story, our identity, and our culture wasn't in our educational system. So it felt like we went somewhere foreign, and it was really difficult. And so skipping school became a normal part of our experience. Yeah. But when I graduated from high school, it was like pulling teeth, I can tell you. If it wasn't for my grandmother talking to the school to give me a chance, I don't know. But then when I went to tribal college, they presented our history. And it was the first time that I had seen our identity, our culture, our history, our language in a modern educational setting. And it was powerful. It was empowering. It was relevant. And it was healing. It was healing. And so, in saying that, I just want to tell you that, like Director Miguel, I never thought I would be working for the White House either. And I'll echo a lot of the words that were already said on this stage, that you are living in your ancestors' prayers. You are. I'm living in my ancestors' prayers, my grandmother's prayers, and so are you. Because before you were born, there was people that sacrificed, made hard decisions, went without so you could be on the stage here today. You come from strong people. There's resilience in your DNA. There's healers in your DNA. There's warriors and protectors in your DNA. There's wise people, visionaries. That's who you come from. I want you to know that. So when times get tough, and you've already tasted a lot, I know, as we all have, that's where you draw your strength from. And this education that you received, it paints reality for you. It shows you how the world is, but then it gives you strength to insert yourself into it so you can continue that cycle to make a way for those you didn't see yet, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, so that your identity and your culture and who you are will continue. And with that, I'll say, oh, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cummins. Our next speaker today is from our graduating class. So we're going to welcome to the stage Miss Claudia Armenta.
Thank you so much, Mr. Griffin. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay, great. Kualitlanesi, good morning, buenos dias, and please excuse me as I transition from 3 different languages throughout my speech. I would like to start off by thanking the Creator for this moment. Welcome, class of 2023. The day that we have all been working for is finally here. I would like to thank California Indian Nations College staff, professors, trustees, student success, student government, College of the Desert for your educational partnership, 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians for your institutional grants. Without all of you, this day would not be possible. It is an honor to have been selected to speak today. My government, as I say, government name, Claudia Janet Armenta Santoyo. But my Mexican name is Citlali, and it means star in Nahuatl. Many of you know me as Citlali. I am double majoring in political science and social behavioral science. I am an officer in student government and a student worker in the Government Affairs Department for SYNC. In addition, I am a fellow in the California for All College Corps, a program through the Office of the Governor, where myself and many other young leaders provide resources for college students and efforts to fight food insecurity. I am a former vice president of Alas con Futuro, an AB 540 student club at College of the Desert. I am transferring to the University of California, Riverside in the fall. And never did I think that I would be saying that one day. My career goal is to be a public policy advocate as well as a civil rights lawyer. And I am California Indian Nations College first DACA recipient. I would like to share a quote from Tlatoani Cuauhtémoc. Cuauhtémoc was the last ruler from the Mexica Empire. When the conquistadors arrived to Mexico Tenochtitlan, Cuauhtémoc gave a message to the parents, which were the teachers. May you never forget to guide your young and teach them while you live how good it has been until now, our beloved Anahuac. Sheltered and protected our destiny, for our great respect and good behavior confirmed by our ancestors. And our parents enthusiastically received and seated in our being. Now we will instruct our children. They will rise themselves up and gain strength. And how good it will be to achieve their great destiny in this challenge. Our beloved motherland of Anahuac. We have a teaching in the Mexica culture that if you know where you come from, you know where you are headed. Classmates, this journey may have been difficult. As a first generation and AB 540 student, I recall not knowing how I was going to pay for classes or textbooks. When I became ill, I would ask myself, what did I do enrolling into school? When I suffered food and housing insecurities, I questioned if I should stop coming to school. But I was determined that if I furthered my education, I may have a better opportunity. I had to make sacrifices, and I know that many of you have too. How many of us had to miss family gatherings? How many of us had to juggle work and school? How many of us became ill during the pandemic and questioned if they should keep going? How many of us submitted an assignment at 11:59? Guilty. Life will be hard. We will have fears and insecurities. We will think that we can't do it. But I want you to remember that feeling that you had when you decided to enroll into school, that why, that goal, that feeling that you had when you found your support system, or even that feeling when you discovered Grammarly. Something that I have learned from my best friends, Gabby, Sapphire, and Brittany, is that we have to take risks. We have to be bold. And when that imposter syndrome tries to stop you, I want you to remind yourselves that you can do it. And don't measure your success to others. Because I remember feeling that I needed to rush through school. When I would turn and see how my friend became a clinical director, I felt the need to rush through school. When I saw that my friend became a director for a nonprofit, I felt rush. When my friend became the mayor of Indio, I felt rush through school. But that motivated me to continue, to set those goals high, as it was mentioned, to keep going. At your own time, you will succeed. Cuauhtemoc told the teachers to teach where they come from so they will know where they are headed. They will rise themselves up and gain strength, and they will achieve great destiny in this. Now, we may not be children, but we are students. Class of 2023, today is only the beginning. Let us think about all the individuals that helped us in this journey for us to get here. Our ancestors have paved the way for us to be here today and have been the first teachers in our lives. Remind yourself why you decided to pursue higher education. And think about all those people that helped us in this journey. But I also want you to think about all those people that didn't. I recall needing extra time to do homework when I was recovering from COVID. And a professor told me that he could not work with my needs. It took me asking questions to figure out what resources I needed to continue my schooling during COVID. Think about those resources that you needed that you felt were not accessible. You are the next doctors, nurses, lawyers, counselors, advocates, authors, playwrights. Our textbooks need to be rewritten. We need professors. We are the future, and today is only the beginning. Continue your education. Class of 2023, SYNC needs you. Our future generations need you. Take action and make a difference in the world. Continue your education. With that being said, once again, I would like to thank everyone that has made this day possible. I would like to take the time to thank the Dreamers Resource Center at College of the Desert, as well as the staff here at SYNC, those that I bugged probably way too many times. Roger, Randy, Faith, Courtney, Adolfo, Sean, Celeste, thank you for your guidance and wisdom. I would also like to thank you for welcoming me into your school. California Indian Nations College is not just California. We have here students from many nations, including myself. There is about 4 Mexican indigenous students graduating today. I would also like to thank my friends and my family and my partner for always being there with all my crazy ideas that I have sometimes. And without you all, I would not be standing here. I would also like to take the time to thank my parents. Over 30 years ago, they decided to leave their pueblo and immigrate here, to give my siblings and I a better opportunity. Nantalil, Tatali, Ama, Yapa. I want you to know that all the tamales that you sold to get us here were worth it. Que llegaron a este país con nada para darnos todo, esto se los dedico a ustedes. Thank you very much. Tlatzocamati, gracias, Achama.
How am I supposed to follow that? Nice job. Okay, thank you, Claudia. That was really beautiful. At this time now, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, a man who really needs no introduction, and who, when he walks into a room, he makes you feel like you can do anything. And so I'm going to try my best to do him justice here. So our keynote speaker today is Dr. Stan Rodriguez of IPE Santa Isabel. Dr. Rodriguez is the director of the Kumeyaay Community College in San Diego County, and it's one of the other emerging tribal colleges here in California. Sorry, the first. Dr. Rodriguez learned traditional Kumeyaay knowledge, language, and culture from his grandmother and other elders, right? He has spent his career revitalizing cultural knowledge by teaching humanities, taking on language apprentices, participating in cultural exchanges, playing an active role in his community, and traveling to advocate for indigenous education, not just in California, but all throughout. He recently spearheaded language revitalization efforts by partnering with tribes to offer Kumeyaay language immersion programs. This has been in partnership with Kumeyaay Community College, KCC, now offers an accredited language immersion summer program, and that's a pretty big deal that we're excited about. Dr. Rodriguez has a MA in human behavior, and he received his doctorate degree at the University of California, San Diego. And so with that, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Rodriguez.
Okay, penya mate pe cham. Samanya choi nya makopa bus kwanam. Pele hele koi nya boy boyo pe. Nya poma kanap nya chahaya khan. Nya boyo fo. Nya pom pe o ma abshu. Bienvenidos a todos, mi nombre es Stanley Rodríguez, yo soy Pai Cummins de la Reserva Santa Isabel en San Diego. Y ahorita somos muy felices porque nosotros estamos aquí por ustedes. Es un día muy increíble, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo no? It is still morning, right? Let me see. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stan Rodriguez. I'm Ipai Kumeyaay from the Santa Isabel Band of the Ipai Nation. Right next to Los Coyotes, just neighbors with those guys. So, first of all, I just want to recognize the territory that we are in. You know, in Southern California with the Chimahueve, the Cohort, the Serrano, Luceño, Tatavium, Hachaman, Tomba, going farther south, the Ipai, Tipai, Kumeyaay, the Quetzal, Kamazu, the Mojave, all of our groups down here. We have a history here, and it has to do with education. You've seen Assembly Ramos, who's the champion of these causes. And one of the things you may not know is Assemblyman Ramos helped to funnel in how much? $5 million for California Indian Nations College. For our people, education is important. Traditionally, we would pass knowledge on as a cohort. Assemblyman Ramos, who is a leader, a lawmaker, he's also grounded culturally. You've seen him come up here. He doesn't brag about it, he just does it. There's a saying, a lion doesn't need to tell the jungle who he is, the lion just is. And that's when I see people who come up here and sing, like Dr. Sean Milanovich and others. They're doing it. They're walking that walk. Our people have experienced 3 waves of encroachment. 3 waves. First, the Spanish wave that came in. And they first came in September 27th, 1542, when Juan Cabrillo Rodriguez landed in San Diego. If any of you ever been to San Diego, they have a pageant in September where they have these people dressed up like conquistadors, and you know, they call them conquistadors. I gotta tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not conquered. None of us have been conquered. If you speak your language, you are not conquered. If you sing your songs, you are not conquered. If you still have connection with your communities, you are not conquered people. But I would see these people come dressed up like these Spanish soldiers jump off in the boat, and they'd have these people dressed up like natives, genuflecting in front of the flag and the cross. Well, that didn't happen. This is what actually happened. They were shot up with arrows by Kumeyaay because they encroached in our territory. coming into somebody else's area without asking for permission. That's how we do it. If you are our friends, you come, we welcome you, we feed you, we take care of you. But if you're coming to take, then it's on. And that's what happened. But you don't hear about that in the history books. And then Father Sarah came, 1769, decided they were going to put a mission here. All these things that they talk about, oh, well, you know what, the Indians here were just so primitive and they needed God. The truth of the matter is they were weaponizing religion through the missions. They were going to use that to create a slave caste in anticipation of Spanish colonists. Our peoples attacked the mission 3 months after it was first put in San Diego, and then in November 5th, 1775, hundreds of Kumeyaay warriors descended upon the mission, destroyed it, burned it to the ground, dragged Father Jaime out, and executed him for crimes against Native people. Our people have resisted then, and we resist now. When the Mexican era came in, they wanted to secularize the missions, but what they wanted to do was, again, make these estancias and use Native people as servants. Our people attacked, we fought. We were pushing them out of our territory. Then something else happened, the Mexican-American War. The United States came in, they wanted California. Now, if you read the history books, it says that the United States wanted freedom for the people. The truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is this. When Texas declared independence from Mexico, became its own republic, it wanted to join the Union. Texas was a slave state. The Union was balanced between free and slave states. So in order for the United States to allow Texas to come in, they needed a free state to balance it. Guess who that was? That was us. The only battle in the Mexican-American War that took place in California happened in San Diego. If any of you ever been to the Wild Animal Park. The 2-day battle, the Mexicans won the battle, they lost the war. When the United States came in, they brought a new deal. But it wasn't for us. Under Governor Barnett, that deal was funding militias in order to exterminate us as Native people. They had paid over $1 million. You don't read about that in history books. They do not teach that in history. Our numbers plummeted from over 80% of the population of San Diego, dropping down by 80%. Then there was an active debate in the Senate on what to do with the Indian problem. Some wanted to continue with the harvesting of Native people, which is a genocide. Others thought, well, let's move what's left to Indian territory, which is Oklahoma. And others said, well, you know what? Genocide is not fashionable now. Let's make treaties with these people. So 18 treaties were made. All of our Native people here in California were part of those 18 treaties. But this was on the eve of the Civil War. And there were people coming in from the Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, who had Confederate leanings. And they said, if you ratify those treaties, we are going to side with the Confederacy. So those treaties were lost. You don't read about that in the history books. Then the policies continued. The vagrancy law, which if they see a native person, they could take that person, charge them with vagrancy. The judge would order a $5 fine. Some farmer who needed ranch hands would pay that fine and basically keep them as indentured servants. The outlaw of native religion, and that law wasn't changed under the Freedom of American Indian Religion Act, was passed on August 11, 1978. And it still wasn't finally passed until the 1990s. Just 30 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. From the Miriam Report, the Mission Indian Federation for us out here, fighting against BIA paternalism, going back and forth, the land claims, the Termination Act. And now, our culture is like an askaya pot that has been shattered. We each have a piece to that. And now we're putting it back together. And that's where you come in. These people here, your family out there, we all believe in you. Education is the key. All of these people want you to be success stories because we need you. We need you to have your education be culturally grounded. You've seen it can be done. You do not have to give up who you are in order to be what you are. Remember that, all of you. You are Huahuahan. You are true warriors. You are true warriors. And you come from a legacy of genocide. You are the survivors of that. Our ancestors are on the other side watching you and guiding you. Allow that to happen. Allow it to happen. As Assemblyman Ramos said, we need more legislators. We need more lawmakers in there. We need to change that. California is a 280 state. You need to find out what that means and how it impacts all of our people, Native people in California. Language, culture, ground yourself there. Continue, go for the stars. Do it both ways. True warriors. You are the seeds that this institution is scattering out. Grow and bring others in. Because that's what this is all about. That's what tribal colleges is all about, to change that narrative, to indigenize our education. Alcatraz, when that island was taken over in 1969, the people there wanted to make an educational institution. It didn't work there, so they went and they took over another place. It became DQ. DQ folded, it's trying to get back on its feet again. But Kumeyaay Community College came out of there. And when we started Kumeyaay Community College, we went to Washington, to Bellingham, to meet with people from the tribal college over there. Then we met with the people of California Tribal College, California Indian Nations College, and we talked that we work together. Because when we all work together, we are strong. We are powerful. And that's what we want to do, because you matter. All of you matter. One day we will be gone, and your children will be the elders. What are you going to leave behind? It is my hope that you bring them strength. So, I heard earlier that people are getting hungry. So, before I shut my snoot, I just wanted to say, for you graduates, Chahayachan and Kumeyaay, that means we praise you. And the other thing I want to ask, are any of you in the witness protection program? If you are, you might have to change things. May the Creator watch over all of you, bless you in everything that you do. And we come here with pride for these people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Stan. Stan is one of the hardest working people we know. It seems he's usually doing about 5 things at the same time, so we very much appreciate you taking the time to come here and speak today. My name is Sean Reagan. I'm the Vice President and Chief Operations Officer here at California Indian Nations College, and it's my honor to be here among all of you today. As Roger Griffin mentioned in his introduction of Dr. Rodriguez, Kumeyaay Community College is one of the 4 emerging tribal colleges here in California. Us, Kumeyaay Community College, California Tribal College, and DQ University. which was one of the original TCUs. All four of us are working together to advance tribal education in California, a state that has about 1/5 of the nation's federally recognized tribes, yet has no accredited tribal colleges. We're working to change that. At its May 25th, 2023 meeting, the Eligibility Committee of the Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges, ACCJC, reviewed the eligibility application submitted by California Indian Nations College and deemed California Indian Nations College eligible to apply for candidacy status. Eligibility indicates that an institute demonstrates that it meets all of the Commission's eligibility requirements. This does not establish a formal relationship between the Commission and the institution. And if you have any questions about accreditation or any of those processes, you can the contact information for ACCJC is in your program. But this does mean that we have passed the first step towards accreditation, and we're currently beginning our application for candidacy. Everything that these students and the college has achieved is only possible through the dedication of our staff, our faculty. President Townsend and I are fortunate to work with a fantastic staff that often go out of their way to serve our students and support the mission of the college. At this point, I'd like to recognize one in particular, our Registrar and Director of Enrollment Management, Roger Griffin. Roger consistently goes above and beyond. He is available to students at all hours on all days. He will meet them whenever and wherever they need to meet, it seems, after hours, weekends. He will set aside his work and go with them to college, to visit colleges and help them navigate the complex bureaucracy of a major university. We have heard over and over and over again from our students how Roger has really gone out of his way to encourage them, to help them, to support them. One of President Townsend's defining values for SYNC has been exceptional personalized student service and support. I've heard that from day one when I came on staff for SYNC. This has been one of her primary emphasis, that we provide that personalized and individualized support. And Roger has embodied that idea. So it's my privilege to present him with the Exceptional Service Award. Roger, thank you. If you come up here. Having an adult education program was part of the original plan for the college. We established a GED program early on. That program, though, failed to launch. A little over a year ago, under the leadership of our Director of Adult Education, Courtney Hampton, we transitioned to Cyber High out of the Fresno County Office of Education through a partnership with the Coachella Valley Adult School. Over the last year, this program has gone from 1 active student and no graduates to over a dozen active students and 3 graduates, 2 of whom are on the stage with us today, who earned their high school diploma. Ms. Hampton did this while also serving as our Director of Admissions and helping to support social media communications. As President Townsend, I don't know if she mentioned that part, but if you've heard from us before, you know many of our staff wear multiple hats, and this is one example of that. So to recognize our adult education high school diploma graduates, I'd like to welcome Ms. Courtney Hampton.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Delayed, not denied. Our adult education program provides opportunities for many students who, for a variety of reasons, were not able to complete high school as a teen or with their original peers. As we all know, life is not always easy, but I hope you have realized in accomplishing this goal today, in earning your diploma, you can do anything that you set your mind to do. You may have been delayed, but you were not denied. I am honored to be here today to celebrate the achievements of California Indian Nations College Adult Education High School Completion Program in partnership with Coachella Valley Adult School. This great achievement required discipline, commitment, and courage. And you did it. You should all be so proud. We are all so very proud of you. Delayed, not denied. You have changed the trajectory of your life with this accomplishment, and whether your next steps are to continue your education with Sync, which some of you already have, or to go on to the next chapter in your career endeavors and education, we are honored to have served as a gateway to those next steps for you. Thank you for trusting and choosing California Indian Nations College as the path to get you there. Another gracious thank you to our partner schools and to your families who helped motivate you along the way. Congratulations, graduates. So when I call your name, please come forward and receive a certificate that we are recognizing this accomplishment. Christopher William Cotton. Linda D. Hernandez. And we have one who was not able to be here today. We still want to make sure we recognize this accomplishment for Gabriela Francis Marquez.
On behalf of President Townsend and all the college faculty and staff, congratulations to our adult ed graduates. Great job. As we prepare to confer degrees to those who are receiving an associate degree from California Indian Nations College, I ask that Chair Kinnaman, Trustee Mike, and President Townsend come forward to confer the degrees.
The time you've all been waiting for.
On behalf of the California Indian Nations College Board of Trustees, and with the authority granted by our charter from the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians, I authorize you, President Townsend, to confer the appropriate degrees upon the candidates as approved by the faculty.
I have the honor to present and to recommend the graduates of California Indian Nations College, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. To our Sync graduates, the 10 of you, would you please stand?
I present these 10 candidates for the Associates of Arts in Liberal Arts degree. Okay, here we go. Acting on the recommendation of the faculty and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree earned with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations. You can turn your tassel from the right to the left. You've done it.
Okay.
Yeah, so just start reading right there.
Okay. All right, so now the graduates are going to enter the stage one at a time to receive their diplomas and your porcelain rolls. Before we begin, I want to mention that the porcelain rolls is presented to you in memory of Pam Clute, the late wife of Steve Clute, a former California Assemblyman. Mr. Clute is a Sync volunteer and has attended lectures with many of our students. His wife, Pam, a math professor at UCR, loved to present porcelain roses to her students, and she would point out that the porcelain rolls will never fade or wither. When you are feeling a bit down, the rose is there to remind you to have comfort, peace, and joy. While the red rose is often known for love and romance, it is also symbolic of passion and serves to remind you of your passion and desire that led you to accomplish your goals and to be here today. So, first up, we have Claudia Janeth Armenta Santoyo, earning a liberal arts, social, and behavioral sciences, and attending UCR in the fall. Next, we have Gabriela Armenta Santoyo, liberal arts, social, behavioral sciences, attending UCR in the fall. Next, we have Rayola Eater, AA in Liberal Arts, Business Technology, academic distinction. Albert Alexander Martinez, AA in Liberal Arts, Business and Technology. Leanne Batrice Mathat, AA in Liberal Arts, Social and Behavioral Sciences, academic distinction. Rachel Dominique Montanez, a second associate, sociology, highest honors, attending Arizona State University in the fall. Rose Nanette Sabo, AA in Liberal Arts, Humanities and Communication, highest honors, attending UCLA in the fall. Alfonso A. Tabora, AA in Liberal Arts, Social Behavioral Sciences. Anabelia Sucho Tabeola Carrillo, AA Liberal Arts, Business and Technology. Regina Terry Vasquez, AA in Liberal Arts, Business and Technology, high honors, plans to attend CSUSB.
She's our employee too.
And in keeping with tradition, SYNC likes to also honor students who have started with us or taken some classes with us because they're very important to establishing what we're working towards, right? And so with that, we'd like to recognize Jordan Elizabeth Solis, who's earned her AA in sociology from our partner college, College of the Desert, and academic distinction. We will now move into the blanketing ceremony.
Your president.
ASIM Nestelicha CM Sayitin Huilit Quanis Langan Natikwael CM. Good morning. My name is Robert Paul. I'm a descendant of the Coast Salish people, Lummi Nation, Squamish Nation, up in the Pacific Northwest. It is an honor to preside over the blanketing of our graduating class today. Blankets are not eternal, but they are symbolic. One of the reasons we blanket one another in ceremony is because in the past, and perhaps still to this day, this is all we had. In the past, we are called blanket Indians, and in others said, without education, we would return to the blanket and remain uncivilized. Kill the Indian, save the man. Our blanket was symbol of resistance to that effort. We chose to remain as the original American. We survived contact, invasion, occupation, terrorism, removal, forced education, and genocide. Our goal at SYNC is to give you a complete education, one where your identity, experience, knowledge, and tradition are embraced and built upon. Education with the blanket. SYNC is a place where we think, fuel, pray, study, and act Indian 24/7, 365. We honor you today with blankets. Let your blanket provide you with comfort and protection. Let it remind you of your journey and the journey of your people. We honor your sacrifice, so we blanket you. We honor your giftedness, so we blanket you. We honor your achievements, so we blanket you. We honor you and all your relatives, so we blanket you. May this blanket remind you of where you come from and where you are going, knowing that you are not leaving a family behind, but have a family to return to. This year we have 2 new elders in residence, Elder Kim Marcos and Elder Martin Pablo. Who is also a SYNC alumna and current student at UCR. So as I call your name, please come forward so that our elders can blanket you. So our graduates, are you ready? Claudia Janet Armento Santoyo. Gabriela Armento Santoyo. Rayola Eder. Albert Alexander Martinez. Leanne Patrice Mitha. Rochelle Dominique Montanez. Rose Nanette Sabo. Alfonso A. Taboda. All right, here we go. Annabella Soshi Taboda Carrillo. I hope I got that right. Regina Terry Vasquez. Jordan Elizabeth Solis. Christopher Cotton. Linda Hernandez. Okay. All right, please give our graduates a round of applause.
Oh, what was that? Oh yeah, I know, right? Sorry, we're just talking about food. We want to thank you for the Green River Drum for the honor song. Thank you. We have a few closing remarks from Teresa Mike, our founder and visionary, and so we want to turn the microphone over to her now to share a few words.
Thank you for coming, everybody. This is truly a blessed day, a happy day. And graduates, this is your day. I had to come here today so I could see your faces and hear your name. And I hope in the future that I see those same faces and hear those same names as our college begins to grow. I hope you have felt that you are part of a family that can only get bigger from this day forward. I want to congratulate you for all of the hard work that you've done these past few years, and I hope that you become the runner in our way. When something good is happening, it's your job to go out and spread the word. Be the word, be the beacon that brings others to the table. And I hope you have enjoyed today's ceremony. And I want to remind you of the Teresa Mike Scholarship. Get those scholarship applications in at teresamike.org. You have until June 30th, so don't miss the deadline. Anxious to follow you wherever you go, and may God bless you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Teresa. And with that, that's going to conclude our ceremony. We want to thank you for joining us today. If you would remain seated while our graduates complete the recessional. Thank you for joining us, and we really appreciate everyone coming out today.
Wow.